Hello there, welcome back to NeuroView. Today we're going to dive into the components of a neuron, exploring the soma, dendrites, and axon at a deeper level. If you haven't seen the last video on the basics of neurons, I'd recommend checking that video out before starting this one. In this video, we'll start our exploration with the soma, or cell body, of the nerve cell, and learn about the functions of the different parts. As we'll see, the neuron has a lot in common with non-brain cells, but the relative amounts and positioning of these components, among other things, will result in a difference of function. The soma is the center part of the neuron, and is roughly spherical, with a diameter of about 20 micrometers. The outside is covered by the neuronal membrane, which is so crucial to the function of neurons that many future videos will be dedicated to the structure and function of the membrane and its associated proteins. Enclosed by the membrane is a fluid called cytosol, which is rich in potassium. This high potassium concentration plays an important role in the properties of a neuron, but we'll touch more on that later. Within the soma are many little structures called organelles, which you can think of as little organs within the cell. These membrane-enclosed structures include the nucleus, the rough endoplasmic reticulum, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the Golgi apparatus, and the mitochondria. Each of these structures could have its own dedicated video, but for our purposes we will simply summarize the main contributions of each structure. The nucleus contains the DNA, which is the genetic material of the cell. The DNA in the neuron is the same as the DNA in other cells of the same body, but the parts of the DNA, or genes, that are used to make the nerve cell can be different. Converting DNA into cell products is known as gene expression. As a part of this process, after reading the instructions in the DNA, the cell uses this information to produce molecules called proteins, which come in all different shapes, sizes, and functions, and give neurons most of their unique properties. Since DNA never leaves the nucleus, a messenger molecule called mRNA must copy, or transcribe, the information, and then carry it to the protein assembly sites, which are known as ribosomes. Here, the genetic information is translated into a particular protein. In short, neurons are different from other cells in the body because of the specific genes they express as proteins. It's as if your city is an organism, and the public library is the DNA present in all cells. Everyone in the city has access to the same books in the library, but the books they actually check out may be different. This concept is important, as using genetics to alter protein products and gene expression is a key tool used in neuroscience research. Continuing on with the organelle tour, rough endoplasmic reticulum, or rough ER, is an organelle with many ribosomes attached. As it turns out, ribosomes that are freely floating in the cytosol tend to make proteins for the cell itself, while ribosomes that are attached to the rough ER make proteins for organelles, as well as proteins that are meant to be inserted into the cell membrane. Neurons have relatively more rough ER than other cells, as the membrane proteins are what give neurons their special information processing properties. In addition to rough ER, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, or smooth ER, plays a key role in the neuron. It performs different functions in different locations, including aiding in protein folding and regulation of calcium concentration. Residing farthest from the nucleus is the Golgi apparatus, which sorts proteins destined to be delivered to different parts of the neuron, such as the axon and the dendrites. The organelle called the mitochondrion is the powerhouse of the cell. It generates a molecule called ATP, which is the energy currency of the cell, and is used to power biochemical reactions in neurons. Finally, we'll discuss the support structure for the neuron, the cytoskeleton. If the neuronal membrane is a circus tent, the cytoskeleton is the scaffolding that holds it up. The cytoskeleton is like an actual skeleton, although a key difference is that, unlike bones, each of the components expand, contract, and move all the time. From largest to smallest, the parts that make up the cytoskeleton are microtubules, neurofilaments, and microfilaments. To review, in this video we explored the various components of the soma of a neuron. The neuronal membrane encloses the cytosol and nucleus, as well as the organelles that carry out cellular functions. The nucleus stores the information needed to make proteins, which is carried out by ribosomes and processed by the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus. The mitochondria generates energy for neuronal processes, and the cytoskeleton dynamically supports the neuron. In the next video, we'll pick up where we left off and talk about the components that make up the axons and dendrites of a neuron. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. As always, if you have a suggestion for a topic or a note on something that could be improved in a future video, feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video.